For my summer internship for the EDIS program, I had the privilege of working with Dr. Bogdan Yanku at Obo Academy on a data science course aimed at students from different fields who don't have a very strong data science or computer science background. The course aims to help students in fields such as psychology for analyzing large-scale surveys or experimental data, social sciences for studying population trends or social behaviors using statistical methods, environmental science for handling climate data, biodiversity surveys, or ecological trends, economics for analyzing economic models, market trends, or survey data, medicine and public health for managing clinical data, medicinal research, or health surveys. I chose this internship as it aligned with my personal goals since I want to go into teaching computer science and data science in the long run, and being a part of developing a university level course for the same topic gave me a great deal of experience and insight into the mechanics of teaching. The project itself was divided into 3 phases. The first was designing the curriculum and the content that would be presented to the students. This included lectures, slides, exercises, and such. The second was designing the quizzes and exercises for the students and their practical learning and assessment. The third was the implementation of the course on the Moodle platform. We proposed a chatbot to help the students navigate the course material better and an automated checking systems for assessments so the course can be offered to more students without requiring a lot of people to maintain everything. Of the 3 phases, I worked on the first one, designing the outline and content for the course. The goal of my internship was to develop a basic framework for the course, which included developing an overall outline for the curriculum, collecting and compiling content used for the course in the form of lectures, annotating those lectures, and recording reference lectures to present an idea for how parts of the content connected within itself. The purpose of this framework was to serve as the basis for the final content that will be used for the course when it is offered to students in future semesters. Considering these goals, the workflow from my day-to-day tasks can be divided into 4 categories. In the starting days, I researched about different online courses that were being offered regarding data science. The ones I found most useful were the data science course I had personally attended as part of my EDIS curriculum, conducted by Dr. Yanku himself, a course offered by Johns Hopkins University and another by IBM. I used these to develop the core outline of the course and the topics that needed to be covered to give students a well-rounded understanding of the fundamentals of data science. After the outline had been established, I worked on researching specific topics and gathering content for the lectures. For this, I relied mostly on educational websites and articles. I tried to avoid textbooks and materials from other courses since they can get outdated pretty quickly, and I wanted to collect the most up-to-date information as possible. After collecting the content, I had to compile it in PowerPoint presentations and Google Colab notebooks. Some concepts needed additional explanations that I added in the presenter notes on PowerPoint. On notebooks, I divided tasks in sections, explaining each individually to give the students a clear idea of what was happening at each step. I also added images to explain things more visually in the PowerPoint slides, and I also added reference links for students if they wanted to research the topics more on their own. Once the lecture material was completed, I had also recorded to see if the content had a good verbal flow or if more explanation was needed. I did it for the first lecture, but after that, Dr. Yanku and I decided that the content would still probably go through further revisions and the students will be presented a different version of it. So I shouldn't try to do a formal lecture recording. I would still present it to myself after completing a lecture, but I didn't make them into recordings because it takes time and wouldn't be of much use. Throughout the whole internship, Dr. Yanku and I had regular meetings once per week on average, and he was constantly very helpful in guiding me to be as efficient and productive as possible. It was a really pleasant experience working with him, and I've learned a lot, not just about data science, but also the practice of teaching and public speaking. How you have to keep your audience in mind and make sure everyone's on the same page, and even someone who isn't that well versed in what you're saying understands the message and doesn't get left behind. I will surely take a lot of what I learned here into consideration moving forward, and I can't wait to see the final version of this course and what it looks like. Thank you.